The stars of Pegasus. Welcome to Stargazers. I'm Dean Regas, astronomer from the Cincinnati Observatory.
And I'm James Albury, director of the Kika Silva Pla Planetarium in Gainesville, Florida. If you're a fan of horses and peculiar star names, have we got a show for you.
That's right, James. At this time of year, Pegasus, the winged horse, appears in the east shortly after sunset.
And it has some amazing stars with cool names. Let's show you. Okay, we've got our sky set up for an hour after sunset facing east. Pegasus, the winged horse, is easy to find. Simply look for 4 bright stars that form a large square, just above the eastern horizon.
That square is an asterism that we call the Great Square of Pegasus. If you've watched our show for a while, you probably noticed that some of the stars in the sky have very interesting names.
That's because many of the stars were named by Persian astronomers thousands of years ago. When astronomers of that time chose to name the stars, they often liked to name them after the body part they represented in the constellation.
The stars that make up the Great Square of Pegasus, starting with the one highest above the horizon and moving counterclockwise, are Shiat, Alpheratz, Algenib, and Markab.
Shiat, whose name in Arabic means the leg, is a red giant star 196 light years from Earth, and it's approximately 1,500 times bright as our sun.
Alpheratz, which means navel of the horse, is 97 light years away from us and is also the brightest star in the neighboring constellation Andromeda.
The next star is Algenib. It's 390 light years away, and its name means the flank.
The last of the 4 stars in the square is Markab. Its name means the saddle of the horse, and it's a white subgiant star. It's exhausted the hydrogen in its core and expanded to almost 5 times the diameter of our almost 1 million mile wide sun.
The stars that branch out from Shiat moving upward form the legs of Pegasus. The star directly above Shiat is a binary star system named Matar. Matar's name is derived from an Arabic phrase meaning lucky star of rain. Its Bayer designation is Eta Pegasi, and it's 165 light years away.
Matar is interesting because its primary star is a yellow giant 18 times the diameter of our sun with a rotation rate of 818 days. Its companion star is a yellow-white star which orbits every 813 days.
And believe it or not, the U.S. Navy cargo ship USS Matar was named after this star. It was responsible for delivering troops, goods, and equipment during World War II and was built in Jacksonville, Florida.
Speaking of lucky, one of the stars in Pegasus's other leg is just to the upper right from Shiat. Its name is Saddlebari. Its name means lucky star of the splendid one, and it's a yellow giant star 106 light years away. Moving toward the head of Pegasus, we have the star Enif, which marks his nose. Enif is 690 light years away and is a supergiant star, 12 times the mass and 185 times the diameter of our sun.
The next star is Behem, also known as Theta Pegasi. I like to think of it as the eye of Pegasus. Its name is derived from an Arabic phrase meaning lucky stars of the young beasts and is over 97 light years away. The last star we'll talk about is the one just above Markab. Its traditional name is Homam, and it's approximately 204 light years away.
I like the meaning of the traditional name of Homam, which means man of high spirit or lucky star of high-minded.
Pegasus sure has a lot of lucky stars. I wonder how it would fare in the Kentucky Derby.
Well, since he has wings, he might be disqualified for having an unfair advantage.
That's not very lucky, is it?
Nope.
Well, there you have it. 9 stars with very cool names for you to enjoy with your family during autumn nights. Shiat, Alpheratz, Algenib, and Markab in the square.
And Enif, Behem, and Homam in the head and neck with Matar and Saddlebari in the legs.
And it's all there waiting for you when you
Keep looking up.